Okay. It is April Fool's Day, and today we are going to be, well, and have been so far, listening to the entire catalog of The Police. I listened to a Stuart Copeland interview done by Rick Beato. If you have time, go and watch that interview. It was tremendous. And that interview made me want to listen to the entire catalog of The Police. I got with my mod team and told them I wanted to listen to all of The Police's albums. We found a day. I said April Fools would be funny. And yeah, so today is April Fool's Day featuring The Police. Now, my dad and I didn't really talk too much about music. The music he really imparted on me the most, I'd say, was Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, and Tom Petty, the musician. But when we have talked about The Police, he has mentioned that Zenyatta Mondatta was the album that he's returned to the most, that he listened to in his time. He graduated 1984, so this album came out 1980. I think that this would have been coming out his freshman year of high school. So this is very possibly formative music for my dad, which I'm kind of excited to jump on into, especially because The Police's last two albums have just tremendously wowed me. It seems like Title's got some fancy little album stuff happening here. But you guys got to let me know, as you were going through this, for those of you that are familiar with The Police, where does this album sit as far as your love for the band and, their work? As always, let me know as we go through this if you have context, and I will let you know if I have heard a song along the way. I do believe I've heard Don't Stand So Close to Me. Let me see if anything else on here stands out. No, that seems to be the one song I know from this album. So, I've never given it a critical listen. I just know that it exists. I've heard it in passing. So yeah, guys, I'm kind of excited to see the further continued evolution of the band. This one came out October 3rd of 1980. By comparison, we're looking at almost a year to the day later upon release. So it seems like they're releasing one album a year at this point, and maybe they do that almost until the end, huh? So yeah, guys, let us get into this. Where did it go? I just had it open. There we go. Guys, this is a music discovery stream, so I need to ask, are you familiar with this band or album? Have you heard this before? Or are you raw dogging a very first listen with me? Guys, I've got nothing but good impressions. I've made a statement in my last video that The Police seem to have a penchant for opening up with just amazing album openers. Don't Stand So Close to Me, like I said, is one I'm familiar with, but have never just sat and listened to, so I'm kind of excited to just sit and, take it in, and, see how I feel about it as an album opener. But, guys, I'm going to hit the play button. Before I do, it's very important to me that you know that you are awesome, that you are valuable, that you are important, that you matter, that you are deserving of love, and that I am abundantly grateful for even a moment of your time. If you like what you see, feel free to hit the like and the subscribe button. It goes a long way to help me out. If you really like what you see, leave a comment. I would love to hear from you, or join us on Kick or Twitch. I stream every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Arizona time. These people over here are the best people. Come hang out with us. Come discover music with us. I know I speak for all of us when I say we would love to have you by. Guys, without further ado, raw doggers and first timers, again, identify yourselves. Guys, opening up Zenyatta Mondatta by The Police. Don't Stand So Close to Me. Here we go. The synth intro, this is new. Immediately a new texture. Zenyatta Mondatta sounds like a Tekken character to me. I never realized it had this crazy intro. Hadouken!
Young teacher, the subject of schoolgirl fantasy. She wants him so badly, knows what she wants to be. Inside her, there's longing. This girl's an open page, bookmarking. She's so close now. This girl is half his age. Don't stand so close to me. Don't stand so.
Young teacher, the subject of schoolgirl fantasy. She wants him so badly, knows what she wants to be inside him. There's longing. This girl's an open page bookmarking. She's so close now. The girl is half his age. This is about an inappropriate huh.
Don't stand so close to me.
And this is her.
Don't stand so close to me.
Huh?
Friends are so jealous. You know how bad girls get. Sometimes it's not so easy to be the teacher's pet. Temptation, frustration, so bad it makes him cry. Wet bus stop, she's waiting. His car is warm and dry. Don't stand so close to me. Don't stand so close to me. Loose talking.
Jennifer Malley. I had one such teacher. I was not, but I knew the kid, and I can remember going to a baseball game after it went public, and like it was in the news. It was a really big deal. Like you can Google it if you want to. Jennifer Malley, right? I know the kid. He's never identified publicly. Super like she was absolutely, in every sense of the imagination, the heroine of my dreams. We'll say it that way to be gentlemen about it. But as a 14-year-old kid, anyways, and the gentle teen that at the time that made it happen. That I say this so terribly because like we're talking about like pedophilia and it's not cool, right? But the kid I can remember, and this is like these lyrics are kind of screaming a little true to me, because I can remember going to a baseball game and watching him up to bat, and one of the kids in the stands screams, "Hit one for Malley," and he says the kid's name while he's up to bat. And we're in ninth grade at this point, and like everything, I guess, overlaps between freshman and sophomore year. And when it all comes out, he's just a kid on the baseball team, and like he is up to plate. Everybody knows it's him, but nobody's supposed to talk about the fact that it's him. And the entire, it's like a packed house at the high school game, and everybody hears the "hit one from Malley" and starts laughing hysterically. And it's such a bad, like looking back now, I have such a bad feeling for that kid. Like I feel so bad. And at the time I was just a laughing participant, like who was admittedly like in his own demented way jealous of what had happened, because like I saw the teacher too. Like I think every one of the teens that like were straight probably had the same thoughts. He was just the one that ended up with that. And to think about the damage that did to him is gnarly. And this song really hits that, in like a big way. Bad, gross stuff.
There's longing. This girl's an open page, bookmarking. She's so close now. This girl is half his age. Don't stand so close to me. Don't stand
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I got the South Park reference. Wait, you mean a girl teacher did it with a boy? Nice. Everybody acted like it wasn't a problem. W's for Ike. JK. It really is a busier song than I realized. I never knew this part was in it. Trope for sure. In the last two albums, I've commented that this seems to be a police trope where you have to end by just constant repetition and kind of like letting the jam hang out, followed by a board fade. It feels like we're headed that direction. I hear it, Garrett. Yeah, no, it opens up hot and heavy, no doubt. Driven to Tears. So, guys, it seems like that's the one I know. Is most of this album deep tracks, would you say? Did my dad like the deep track album? What would you say? Police fans, hang on, forgive me. The Police fans, let me ask you this. What would you say is their most widely regarded as like their magnum opus? Driven to Tears. Definitely feels more the most new wave sound I've heard so far. Ooh. Hang on. Excuse me. This part right here. This. That. I love it. Listen to this ride work. Seems that when some innocent die, all we can offer them is a page in some magazine. Too many cameras and not enough food. This is what we've seen. Driven Talking to you, UNICEF. Really stepped it up there. Is this Primus? Dude. Andy is slept on. I never heard him mentioned in a... I won't lie, though. I found the Stewart Copeland interview completely just through an autoplay YouTube situation, and it was the man's, boisterous aura that just got me fixated on the video, and I just paid attention to it. And I'd never really, if people did mention him in the conversation of drummers, I never really heard it or paid attention to it or, paid it any mind because it's like I never listened to the Police. But as I'm hearing this, I'm realizing, this is one of the most creative drummers I have ever heard in my life. Through these last two and a couple albums and a couple of songs so far, he's one of the most dynamic drummers, period. And no, I haven't seen the Andy Summers interview. I haven't seen the Sting interview yet. I've been saying this whole time, I am here doing all 5 albums because of the voice of Stewart Copeland in an interview with Rick Beato. That's it. That's why I am here. I think it's really cool. And to hear his drum work, it's exactly the energy he describes it with. And I love that. When you hear how well they play off of one another, it's incredible. And there's no doubt, I mean, there's some incredible, we talk about some really fantastic drummers on this channel, right? Like Bill Bruford has been mentioned on this channel, right? We've listened to that guy's drumming for the first time on this channel for me. And so, obviously I came here knowing who Neil Peart was. Obviously Keith Moon and John Bonham are always going to be drummers that get named in the conversation. But I did not realize the sheer creative element behind Stewart, nor did I realize the energy and speed that he brought to the table in addition to back up all of that. His fills are just... they keep you at the edge of your seat throughout the entire thing. I know people keep saying I need to listen to Oysterhead. Believe it or not, that was a decision made after that Copeland interview as well. I was like, I'm going to listen to Oysterhead because I know it's Claypool and Anastasio and Copeland. So that sounds like I should do it. But the Police were really I wanted to kind of see where that started. I'm so happy with this. Again, ending on the trope though. The energy of these drums. Got you. Driven to Tears has been tremendous. I've loved this song. Yeah, Oysterhead's guaranteed at this point, rest assured. When the world is running down, you make what's best of what's still around. Okay. kind of funky bass here. A non-fade song. Thank God. Also, hey, just so you know, Earth, Wind, and Fire is going to be coming to the channel here soon. A coworker of mine, W's for my coworker Keith, just so you know. He is the most wonderful gentleman from Arkansas ever. And we were talking, and I actually have kind of a spot-on impression of Keith, and everybody at work thinks it's hilarious, but he was like, hey, man, I noticed that you was watching, that you do these music reactions, man, and I know you've been in the middle of doing funk. I had to say, man, you gotta listen to this. This is Earth, Wind, and Fire, man. They made the 80s. These two songs, Sing a Song and Shining Star. Man, you gotta listen to those, Walt. I'm telling you, man, your people gonna like it if they ain't already heard it. And literally, Keith sold me on that hook, line, and sinker. So just so you know, he wrote it out on a note. This is his handwriting. When I went into the office last week, he gave me this note. It's been sitting on my desk so I don't forget to do it. Keith is actually one of the sweetest men I have ever met in my life. He's one of the guys that, like, no matter when you talk to him, you smile afterwards. I don't think a lot of people you can say that about, but I've literally never seen that man in a bad mood. And maybe it's that we're connected at the, in our ties to the South. Like, he's an Arkansas boy, I'm a Tennessee boy, whatever. But he came at me saying, like, he grew up with that music. It was real music. He was like, it's back when people actually played instruments, And so, yeah, Earth, Wind, and Fire will be coming to the channel as per request of my coworker Keith, who found the channel, organically. So, W's to Keith, who is the reason we'll be visiting Earth, Wind, and Fire. They recorded the songs together, and then Sting and Andy overdubbed on top of the drums. First and second take. Stewart never plays the same thing twice. I know, that was one of the driving points that brought me here. Shout out. I already love this so much. Yes, exactly. It's interesting because this is the first album where I would say it gives me an 80s sound. The other two albums did not. They sounded like they were 70s projects, but this one certainly sounds to me like it was made in the 80s. Is this disco adjacent? I don't know. Admittedly, disco is a massive blind spot for me. It's right up there with funk in that if I've heard disco, I didn't know it. So that we'll probably have to do like maybe a Disco December or something. I don't know. 1980 release, fair enough. Like this moment especially. This feels like something that early rappers would have sampled. Is that tremolo picking? Fading in? With the volume pedal? This feels more structured than most of their songs do. I love it. I mean, honestly, this feels like the furthest removed sound from the Police we've heard so far today. Like, this feels like it is kind of far and wide a stretch from what we'd heard previously, but it seems like it's kind of a natural, seemingly easy evolution. I kind of like when the world is running down, you make the best of what's still around. I like that there is this, feeling, and it doesn't seem like it's gonna have our standard like over the top repetitive police trope ending, which I'm happy about. I really find that this has been kind of one of the more evolved sounds, but I'm really liking it. I think I saw somebody type earlier that this probably did a lot to inspire and lay groundwork, establish 80s heritage. That's what it was. And Tim, I really liked the way that you phrased that. This does come out very early 80s, but it does seem like quintessential 80s sounds. It's just not sounds I've heard the Police make yet. So it's really cool to kind of see what they continue to do. And this is just, 2 years total after their first album release? This also, some of their work reminds me of Steely Dan, like quite a bit. I don't say that because I want to say one is derivative of the other. I'm just saying it does seem to me like the way they handle the jazzy components of what they do, the transitions, some of the mixing and mastering choices. I think some of the vocal editing similarities between Fagan and Sting stand out to me. In like that kind of reverby sort of voice. It's like both guys seem to sing with like a slapback reverb on their voice or something. I don't know. Maybe I'm totally off here, but it does seriously seem to me to have at least some of the same DNA as Steely Dan, while distinctly being its own thing. Tremendously relieved that it's just a board fade and not a board fade on a repeated phrase. It's the little things, That was a beautiful, awesome song. Canary in a Coalmine? Listen to this. This reminds me of The Clash. This reminds me of like London Calling, The Clash, kinda. Not the song, the album. Don't judge me. When you say something is a canary in a coal mine, it means it is an early warning of danger. Not surprisingly, the expression is a literal one. Not surprisingly, the origin of the expression is literal. Canaries were historically used to test for carbon monoxide and other gases in underground mines. Okay. I was wondering what that meant. What have I heard of The Clash? I've heard The Clash and I've heard London Calling. This is so it's kind of like a warning of danger. Your sensibilities are shaken. I really like this.
But the winter influenza, you're so afraid to catch a dose of influenza.
But it also feels like you get in your own way.
You get so dizzy even walking in a straight line.
Think of the Canaries, guys.
Canary in a coal mine. Canary in a coal mine. Canary in a coal mine. Now if I tell you that you suffer from delusions, you pay your analysts to reach the same conclusions. You live your life like a canary in a coal mine. You get so dizzy even walking in a straight line. Canary in a coal mine. Canary in a coal
It's somehow like reggae, new wavy. I love this.
in a coal mine.
Lovely little taster there.
First to fall over when the atmosphere is less than perfect. Your sensibilities are shaken by the slightest defect. You live your life like a canary in a coal mine. You get so dizzy even walking in a straight line. Canary in a coal mine. Canary in a coal mine.
Again, though, I keep saying this as we go through it, but it definitely feels like proto Johnny Marr guitar sounds. Like, I am convinced that Johnny Marr was a big fan of Andy Summers.
In a coal mine. Canary in a coal mine. Canary in a coal mine. Canary in a coal mine.
So were they stood up there with multiple instruments as they did this when they would tour as a three-piece? Like, would we see like Andy stand like with the keyboard and reach and like kind of do the little taster moment and then go back to playing his guitar parts? I also thought for whatever reason the Police were going to be, based on the little sample sizes I had heard, maybe more reggae heavy, but I didn't think that they were going to be like as effect unit and delay heavy as they are. And I'm finding that is just such a digestible sound to me, because I spent so much of my time learning how to play with delays and stuff, like, which is why random noises like oscillation and reverb decays and like, junk sound stand out to me, because I've spent so much time being like, ooh, that sounded cool. And like when I hear use cases for them, I get really excited. Hearing the way Andy has approached this album has really, really, really just been a great impression for me. I'm inclined to think that all Police is good Police. Like, I feel like I'm probably halfway through the catalog now. Maybe once I get to side 2 of this, I'll be halfway through the catalog. So do let me know. But yeah, I'm coming out and saying it. I think all Police is good Police. Okay, next song. Voices Inside My Head. Feels like it could be a Talking Heads song. Sting would switch to keys playing live? Okay. You kind of hear these dotted eighth delays all throughout the Police. Saying stuff like what? Do people not like Talking Heads mentioned around the Police? Because I would say that's complimentary and that they were contemporaries, if anything, right? Like, I'm not saying one way or another. I'm just saying that the instrumentation alone kind of gives me a vibe like that. love this bass. We get the farty bass sound. Ooh. I really like that they kind of build this jam on like almost not something motoric, but really foundational. It's very hypnotic, but it feels like it allows moments like that. Love you, Judo. Take care, homie. He's palm muting and playing with delays that way. Stew! Anybody else kind of hear a little bit of a punch you in the eye sort of thing from Fish? Listen to the song Punch You in the Eye by Fish. It kind of feels like that pays this a little bit of homage. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the album cover. I think Tidal is doing this thing where it's like trying to do a unique graphic and then it just stops playing the animation like in the middle of an animation. I think that's what's happening. I'm not sure. Such an underrated highlight of their work. This has really been amazing. I've got actually nothing. And where does side B, where does side 2 start? Just so I know, because I want to be able to be like, yeah, we are now halfway through the catalog. Because that would be fantastic of you. Getting into the next one. Bombs Away, close the side 1. Got it. Being a little punk rock here, lyrically. Kind of a 12-bar thing, huh? bass here.
Arms away, we're okay.
This one was kind of funny. That solo really redeemed it for me. And I need to admit a little bit of a human weakness to me. I think I was prematurely annoyed, thinking I was gonna get just something like a constant bombs away in old Bombay, bombs away, but we're okay. I guess I thought that was gonna be just repeated throughout, but we got that nice little taster in your face solo there that just made me happy. But I shouldn't have allowed myself. I try really hard to not look at the lyrics that are coming, but peripheral vision is peripheral vision. And I'm glad I allowed that to kind of like slap me out of my judgment.
Bombs away, in old Bombay. Bombs away,
A little bit of a like kind of a Masayoshi Takanaka guitar sound sometimes. I love that. That tape echo is panning. This has been tremendous. This has been some really good stuff. Never realized how large of an influence XTC had on this album. This is my first time listening to it after running through XTC's discography. So you think it happened one... I feel like I never know if it happened, which direction it happens in, so I try hard not to speculate as to which it does. Because sometimes I think like, wow, this sounds like one thing, and then I realize the thing I thought it sounded like was actually the inspiration and not the thing I thought inspired it. So when you're sitting in my chair, it's easy to get dunked on because you don't quite know which. But I think the reason I make those comments no matter what is because it's where my brain goes. Like when I'm connecting dots, like you guys have watched me, weave my web of music for the last couple of years, right? So when I'm making those connections, I'm kind of wondering a lot about like the backstory of the music and like what was in the musicians' ears that brought them there. Like, were they expanding on somebody else's idea because they heard something awesome? Like when Jimmy Page listened to the Smiley Smile album and thought like theremins are cool. Like you never know what those little moments are. And so when I say those things, a lot of times I think I'm unconsciously fishing for somebody to give me a little Easter egg like that. Because and I don't know that I certainly have never thought about it in as many words, right? But I know that conversations of that sort bring us there, and I just really like that. So, we have just finished, I guess, half of the Police's catalog today. We've got 2 albums and 2.5 albums to go. Let me double check. Yeah, we're gonna get hit with an ad in the middle of the song, maybe. So I'll just snooze it if it happens. Let's go into do 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 da.
don't think me unkind.
Ooh.
Words are hard to find. They're only checks I've left unsigned.
This low bass.
From the banks of chaos in my mind. Be unkind.
What a way to start a song with that
Words
stanza.
are hard to find. They're only checks I've left unsigned. From the banks of chaos in my
was a big hit. I get why. This whole bit, these verses are immaculate. And this bass pumping. It's almost like he's like, this is going to sound like a funny thing to say, but I mean every bit of it. It almost kind of feels like he's like chicken picking the bass with his, like a, because you get this really do, like, and without a, like, maybe he is using a pick, I don't know, but it does give me, like, the way it flows, it feels a little bit like a chicken pick and chug.
For your submission. No one's jamming their transmission. When their eloquence escapes you, their logic ties you up and wrecks you. The da-da-da is all I want to say to you. The da-da-da, the innocence will pull me through. The da-da-da is all I want to say to you. The da-da-da, the meaningless and all that's true.
What a left turn. I love these poppin' delays, dude.
The da-da-da is all I want to say to you. The da-da-da, the innocence will pull me through. The da-da-da is all I want to say to you. The da-da-da, the meaningless and all that's true.
I really love this. I make these sounds all the time myself as I'm just kind of playing around with dotted eighth delays. What happened there? Okay. It seems to be just the music. Seems to be just title. Fixed. I don't know about the near future. Everything is up in the air, though. Hey, with Nail Us. Welcome to the Rooskies, by the way. Thank you for joining. It definitely did the board fade, but I honestly, it doesn't really bother me. Like I said, as we're going through this, Behind My Camel. Is this an instrumental, guys? If not, I need lyrics. Ooh. I think Les Claypool and the boys like the Police. Stuart Copeland's drum sound is so tasty. You really feel the grit of it. They do edit the drums. The way that they've mixed the drums, though, it's like you're looking at the drummer and not like you're behind the drummer's throne. Do you have a preference on that? Like, because I feel like every time I've talked to drummers, they like it a different way, as if they're watching or as if they're imaginatively playing. Do you have a preference? I typically like it to where I close my eyes and I'm feeling like I can hear the hi-hat left ear because that's where it would be in my grip. I really do like this. I kind of want to play with this later. What up, Ellipsico? Wait. Eli Spicasso. Sorry, what's up? And what's up, BHP? Brewskis, make our new friends feel at home today. BHP, good to see you, homie. Behind My Camel. Right where they fart and stuff. Yo, you know, we have almost spent 5 hours together listening to The Police. I love it. A little bit of a Robert Flip vibe. I could actually agree with that. I definitely see that as true. Let us get into this next one, and guys, this album is kind of flying by. I don't know that I've been impacted by this one as I was the last two. Like, admittedly, I think I've liked Outlandos, I mean, realistically, I kind of liked the first two. Forgive me, for whatever reason, the name isn't coming to my mind. Regatta de Blanc. I was thinking of too many things, but I think that the first two stand out to me a bit more. This is definitely an evolved version, and I've liked the use of sound textures. I've liked hearing them grow, but none of the songs have just taken me the way some of the ones in the first two did. Right now, I think I would probably rate them as because as I'm sitting here thinking back, I immediately want to go back and listen to Outlandos. Yeah, you know what I mean? Yo, Corey, thank you for the Prime sub, homie. I appreciate that so much. That's the one I'm inclined to want to immediately revisit. But I want to hear them both again. Make no mistake about it. Next one is Man in a Suitcase.
You back to my place. It's only mine because it holds my suitcase.
The timing, the meter.
Right, but it's 100 miles from yesterday night. Must I be the man in a suitcase? Is it me, the man with the stranger's face? Must I be the man in a suitcase? Is it me, the man with the stranger's face? Another key for my
Forgive my ignorance. I've always assumed ska had to have a brass section and horns. Is this incorrect? Because I feel like that's always been my impression of, that's been my preconceived notion of ska. Yeah, I hear the upstrokes, which I would call, I would almost be more inclined to call this fast reggae or something. But that could be out of my own ignorance.
Another key for my collection. Up for security.
Double time reggae? Okay.
You never get to know me well. Who was my oyster? My hotel room's a prison cell. Must I be a man in a suitcase?
I love that.
Is it me?
The must I
Man
be?
with the stranger's face. Must I be a man in a suitcase? Is it me? Man with the stranger's face. I'll invite you back to my place. It's only mine because it holds my suitcase. It looks like home to me, alright. But it's 100 miles from yesterday night. Must I be a man in a suitcase?
You know, it kind of honestly, if you've ever listened to Rancid, I kind of get a Rancid vibe out of this. Like Rancid does it a little bit faster, but it feels like maybe there is a punk rock route to this as well. And I'm realizing as I'm listening to The Police how much, because of what I'm hearing in the reggae side of things, and like ska, whatever you want to say, how much of it reminds me of other punk sounds I've heard. I'm kind of blown away by how much like reggae and we'll say ska, if that really is the correct terminology for me here, has enveloped itself into punk rock. It's not a connection I would have made before the music discovery journey, and to see kind of how history shapes music is so interesting versus what impressions of music end up being.
Man with the stranger's face. Must I be a man in a suitcase? Is it me? Man with the stranger's face. Must I be a man in a suitcase? Is it me? Man with the stranger's face. Must I be a man in a suitcase?
Super happy about this one. I'm so surprised Twitch hasn't hit me with an ad yet, because it's telling me I'm past the point where they should. So, before we decide if it sticks the landing, I'm gonna go ahead and run an ad. I don't want to ruin a good thing. Guys, let's come back and see if this sticks the landing, and then we can say we are, a solid 60% of the way done with our police catalog day on April Fools. Be right back. Go smoke them if you got them, stretch, get a snack, do what you gotta do. Sorry about the delay there, guys. I'm over here like wolfing bites of food off screen, so you guys don't have to get bogged down by me just chowing down. Guys, for those of you that are hearing this album for the very first time, please let me know. What have you thought of it? How's it tuning your fork? How's it ringing your bell? So far, you've heard my opinion. It's still a good song, and honestly, it hasn't had the random stinker song that the others have. Like, it doesn't have, like, the song I would skip so far. I would truly just sit down and let this one play. Whereas I might let the other ones play, but I might be inclined to skip one song on either album. So let's see if this continues off, to be a fantastic album and sticks the landing. Here we go. Shadows in the Rain. I agree with your sentiment exactly there, Tim. Less stinkers, less standouts. Hard night. I've been there. Love the bass. Is Sting in the bass player conversations ever? I don't feel like I've ever seen him in the talk. lot of chugging. Fair enough. You hear the Primacy Brown guitar sounds in the back? Andy pioneered sounds I never realized. This is kind of a standout to me right now. Walking on the Moon is the best one, in my opinion. Who do you think pioneered this kind of guitar sound? For the sake of the conversation, not to be combative, just curious. Okay, fair enough. I think a lot of people agree with the sentiment that Sting is better with the Police than as Sting. This song has really been a standout on the album to me. Far and wide, the brownest thing we've heard out of the Police so far. And now we find out if they stick the landing. This has been a no stinker album. Ooh. Are there lyrics for this? This is an instrumental. A Copeland instrumental. Are these him hitting the bass that many times, or am I hearing delays on the bass? Drum. Tape echo. This is so cool. I love it. Listen to this sound. I have to close my mouth. It's getting dry from being a mouth breather, from being fascinated. Very new wave guitar lead. This has been maybe one of my favorite drum sounds we've heard all day. I'm blown away. Reformed Drummer, thank you for gifting 2 subs out to MFW and The Wave of Silence. You bam. Dude. They board fade the drums only. They didn't board fade the end it. That stuck the landing for sure. They board fade the drums from this madness. The guitar stays the same. Buddy. That was my favorite way the Police have ended an album, for sure. For sure. Of the 3 we've heard, that stuck the landing better than the other albums. This was a no-stinker album, but it did not have standouts like the other albums did. I think that other than Don't Stand So Close to Me, this had one power standout, the others had a couple. That was so tremendous. And honestly, for it to end with my favorite The Police drum sound that we've heard so far was incredible. Stuart Copeland's use of those delays is something that I had never really considered before. Like, I heard him and Beato talk about it, but I did not realize the effect in which it actually played an impact on his sound until I listened to these albums, you know? And as I listened to these albums, hearing the way he evolves as a drummer, like being a kid full of piss and vinegar, just hitting stuff, to being a guy that's like strategically locking himself in to delays that are coming back at him, and like still having an element of like staying true to form, and that he just hits stuff. But now when he's hitting stuff, he's like restricting himself to hit stuff in a much more particular way, because otherwise everything falls apart. If you are the rhythm and you time something with delays, it's a nightmare, because you either it's a nightmare. That was my favorite moment, I think, of Stuart's drumming since we've been here. Outside of he's got random awesome Phil moments, but that was particularly special. Like, truly, the ending there stuck the landing harder than any of the other 3 out of all 3 of the albums. That said, it did not have my favorite songs. It had really good songs. It just didn't have it. It's funny because there's pros and cons to the albums. I still can't tell you that I've got a favorite. Maybe it's got like a sentimentality to it because I guess I'm leaning toward Outlandos still, but I think it's because I came like pre-recorded with like some of those songs already. Like I'd heard at least a few of them. Hey Walt, a big YouTube fan here. I'm not much of a chatter, but I just wanted to say your musical choices and the way you articulate your thoughts on said music is always a treat, and you're right up my alley. Keep up all the good work, man. Also, love the police. You will love the next two albums. Yo, Juicy, welcome to the Rooskies. Rooskies, make our new friends, our new friend feel at home. Guys, the police have not missed yet. Like I said before, with the irony and, you know, kind of pun intended, all police is good police. This is really, 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 really been good. Guys, I love you. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much for the positivity that you show both to me and to one another. Continue to be the best. And until I see you next, be introspective and consider the birds. Goodbye.